Now, to get into the thing about references, so just to kind of get there, very typical grant application form. This is a particular grant we work with where, it's an organization that's being funded. So obviously, who are you as an organization? Your EINs, your tax ID numbers, what's your mission statement? Ultimately, like how much funding are you seeking assistance for? Then you get into all of your short answers and your content. So what's the project? How much money do you need? Tell us more about your budgets. How are you going to utilize the funds? This is some things that we'll get into later on measuring impact. But at the end of the day, if we're going to cut you a check, how do you, as a grantee, define success? How can we help hold you accountable? How sustainable is this? All the things that you're probably already collecting. As they progress through the grant application, you're going to get into things like file uploads. I'll also preview this for you later on. I don't want you to have to download budgets and spreadsheets. You can actually physically embed them in our platform. But then we get into the actual letters of support, and this is kind of where I'm going to pause here. So, what's going to happen in a platform like Reviewer, ideally, is Michael, the grantee, is going to put in who he wants to write a letter of recommendation or a support request. So in this example, I got Dwight. Dwight is the one. And so Dwight actually gets an email notification that says, "Hey, Dwight, Michael has asked that you write a letter on his behalf. Click here to do so." And I should stop saying letter. It should be a template, right? So Dwight gets this email. He or she will then click on a link, and that brings Dwight directly into Reviewer, where again, we avoid reference letters. Now, you can absolutely still do an upload, you can make it optional, but instead, you can ask Michael, like, or Dwight, "Hey, what are the three things?" And you can actually have question prompts, almost like essays. So you lower the barrier for Dwight. He just answers a series of questions. In this example, we also have a pretty cool built in score sheet that will auto tabulate for you. So Dwight comes in, very easily answers a series of questions. And then you, as an operations team, are probably wondering, okay, well, now what's happening? So you get this dashboard, and I'm not going to get too deep into operations today. And this is going to show you how many outstanding support or references have been requested, what their progress percentages are, and then the ability to actually kind of dive in and look at it. You can also see another tab over here called grant reporting, kind of a nice little feature as well, because your program is multi-phase, multi-step. So we kind of get into that in a future conversation. So now what happens? Well, I can open up Michael. Michael was my grantee, and I can see he has got a list of deliverables that were submitted, one of which was a reference letter. So now I can just simply click into it, and then it'll embed itself right in Reviewer. So again, I never have to leave the platform. I just consolidated a bunch of data submitted by Michael and on behalf of Michael into one centralized hub. So really powerful, great things are happening here. From a file upload perspective, just to kind of showcase, yes, you can still do letters. And again, they all get embedded into our platform. So you don't have to worry about downloading, exporting, opening it up into other tools, coming back in later on.